Today we're going to be assembling the level 7 oil catch can setup on my supercharged Honda Civic Si. Alright, so I just made a video of assembling this vent system here, kind of giving a breakdown of what's going to be done with this oil catch can. Essentially what I'm going to be doing is I purchased this separately. This comes with AN fittings. AN lines, comes with AN fittings, comes with a little baffle system and a second baffle. Does come with this bleeder valve system, which is completely junk per reviews. So I went ahead and purchased this cap here. Comes with a O-ring down at the bottom so we could seal it up and it does not leak. So we'll set that in there and we'll secure that nice and tight with an Allen wrench. This is nice and tight with blue Loctite here. The bolts are not the AN fittings. The AN fittings have O-rings themselves. I installed the O-rings on everything here. This is a 2-part baffling system as well, and it looks fantastic. So what we're going to be doing is assembling this and adding it to the car. This is the original catch can that I have right now set up. My tuner Josh is saying that we are going to be building way too much crank pressure for that little thing, so we need to get a nice ventilation system going. I recently done cooling system upgrade on this here. I have the Mishimoto thermostat, low temperature thermostat. It opens up at 155. I did drill 5 1/8 holes all around it, so it creates extra flow. I just installed the dual core aluminum radiator with aluminum shroud and the high fans. Those suckers move some air. Temps are a lot better now. We're doing supporting mods as we go. Crank vent is next. Big Brembo brakes is coming up soon, but before we do the big brakes, we need to address the clutch. The clutch is slipping, and I'm gonna just get a Clutch Masters FX400. That's what everybody runs. It's a single disc 6-puck sprung clutch, and it's nice for daily driving, and I hear it's good. My buddy has it on his boosted SI and no complaints. So where we're at now is capping this here. I have some steel wool that I'm going to be throwing in here to create an extra catching oil for the baffling system. So we have less oil coming out of here, more air. As of now, this one is doing a pretty dang good job. There is no oil whatsoever on that filter, and that's kind of what I want for this here. I do not want this engine bay to be covered in oil. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna get a little bit of the steel wool and stuff it in here. All right, and there it is. I just cut a small little piece and I just like fluffed it up, make sure air is able to go through there. Kind of just dust it off a little bit, get all those little metal shavings, because that's all it is. It's metal. Stuff this sucker into here. All right, that was way too big, so I cut half of it. It's a lot thinner. We don't want to restrict that airway. We just want to be able to catch the oil. All right, just like that. And I'm gonna give it a little test. Cover up this plug. That one's already plugged. And kind of like I played the trumpet, so it's kind of whatever it's reminding me of. So we have perfect airflow through in there. That is perfect. Now we will seal this up. And I will probably hit that a little bit with my little rubber mallet. Get that into place. Sweet. And there we have it. So we have our steel wool in between. We have a baffle at the bottom and a baffle on top. We are able now to install our filter onto here. Sweet. And this will just go in here. like that. Look at this bad boy. I think I'm going to be cutting this little ears off because yeah, you have to mount this sucker to the firewall somewhere. That's not happening. So I am going to use my angle grinder and grind these suckers off. All right, so I got my angle grinder and I'm just gonna chop this off like right here, then probably go to the grinder and just smooth it off. Yeah, I'm gonna just try to cut these ears off and just smooth it out. Sweet, and there it is. And I spray painted it black, so everything is just blended together. And yeah, I'm gonna tie down this fitting for the oil filter, and then let's see, I moved the injector out of the way. Fantastic. I just scooted it over to the side, and yeah, we have room here. I'm also going to be having to do this to this one here. Let's just slide this sucker over. Come on, baby. Just slide over. I think that's good enough. Or did I just make you in your bath? We will figure that out when we proceed. I think we should be good. Sweet. Okay, so next thing we have to do is remove the old oil catch can. See what fittings are in here. Let me make some room. Oh, all right, so this is the angles we got. The straight ones obviously will go directly from the send, so we're just going to be making basically we're mocking up how we're going to do this. So this will strap into here, this will strap into here, and then we're going to need to figure out which ones of these will be the ones that we will use. I am thinking probably these. These are too aggressive. We do not need that instant turn. I think these will be perfect. So let me bag these up. Sweet, and I'm gonna just add these to the other fittings that I have here. This is for my fuel return setup, filter, all the fittings. I have the fuel pressure regulator here. I have the AN fitting lines right there. I have the fuel pump in here with the AN fittings already, with the upgraded pump as well, with a straight send and receive setup. But that's when I wanted to do E85. I'm always up in the mountains, and as it is on pump gas, she's fucking sucking up gas. So I could only imagine on E. Whew, it's just gonna be horrendous. All right, so this is what we got going on. Now we will have to measure our lines. What I am going to do is I'm going to cut this in half. Should I cut it in half and then just chop? Yeah, because we're not really going to use this AN fitting. The other one is it's meant for E85. This one is not for E85. The difference is that this just has a rubber hose in between, and E85 is super corrosive, so that E85 will rip through that freaking hose. What you want is a plastic lining just like that one. So that's what you want for the E85 setup. It is time to work. We will continue this later. Y'all won't notice it, but we'll be back. All right, now it is my lunch break. We're gonna go ahead and get this started. What I like to do is, because it has a bunch of little hairs just sticking out like that, I like to get the little torch and just torch the end real quick. That way it just like burns off the material. Kind of just press it in nice and softly. Watch out for the little metal things. Okay, so Here is my straight fitting. I'm gonna slip this little sleeve right in here. You just want to make sure you press in all the little hairs and everything. I like to use my thumbnail and then just shove it in there, and there we have it. Just give it a couple of twists as you're putting it inside. That way it is able to slip into place, and then we'll just cap it off with the one that threads into place, just like so. And we'll secure this down with our wrenches. I'm just gonna pull another wrench out, and I'm gonna put a rag in between to create some cushion so we do not damage these or mark these. All right, and there is the first one. Sweet. Now we'll go ahead and remove the old catch can setup, install the new catch can, run the lines where we need to run them to, cut the lines, and repeat for the other one. So let's go ahead and do that. Sweet, I got the little filter on here. I had to bend this bracket down a little bit. It is the fuel line bracket. I do have this ethanol content reader in between my fuel line for one of my pods, so I really don't need that. The only thing it does come in handy is so I can put a zip tie through it and hold it all together, so it's just not dangling back and forth. So I have this hose removed, got the filter on there. I'm gonna unclamp my catch can from here. This is where the after cooler coolant goes in. I made this little bracket for it, so I'm just going to have to make this work. This is a little low too. Okay, so we're just gonna have to make this work. Sweet. All right, and here's the old catch can. Don't even sound like there's anything in there. Well, I'm not gonna unplug that. And there's no oil on that line. Oh, cool. Whatever. That's out. Let's try to get the new one in. The new one is a lot skinnier than this one. Too bad I can't weld some bongs on here. I'm sure I can, but that one's designed for that better, for ventilation. So let me remove my hose clamp bracket and mount it onto that, and we'll mount it into place over here. Sweet, and there it is. It looks fantastic. All right, so now let's grab our fitting, our hose. We'll screw on the fitting. I think I am going to be starting at the bottom. I think the bottom one we're gonna try to sneak maybe down underneath the fuel line, and then the upper one probably in between the fuel line. We will see what happens as we go, as we progress, just because how that one's coming out. And then I think these would be perfect right here. Yeah. Yep. So, yep, we gotta mock those up. Oh, she's gonna look fantastic. All right. So let me run these, and then we'll cut, and then we'll add, and then we'll do what we gotta do. All right. So it looks like I'll cut it right about here. And it's gonna be a snug fit. All right, I think I'm gonna cut it about here, and hopefully it fits into place correctly. All right, and I just used some wire cutters. Tried to use some scissors, but was not happening. Hopefully that should be cool enough. All right, sweet. So there is the first line. I think probably have to move this can a little bit this way to kind of give it a little bit of a stretch, but it's coming along. Sweet. So the first one is done. We will do the second one when I return back from working. Lunch break is over. I had to go buy my Subway sandwich, so that took like half an hour. So we'll get back to this. All right, I have the second line made, and I have it installed. I'm gonna go ahead and secure the nut holding this bracket down. This is gonna be a size 34 millimeter. And I'm gonna hold that down and secure it. Sweet. And we'll put this cap into place. There it is, nice and secured. Sweet. Next, what we're gonna do is cut our line. Put our fitting on to see how far we're gonna have to cut this, and then make our cut, and then make our line. She's almost there. She's almost complete, and she is looking fan-freaking-tastic, if I might add. I think I'm gonna bend this a little bit here. Just so that relieves a little bit of pressure on this line. Damn, but now it is pressing up against the fuel row. So, make a little bit more adjustments. Okay, it is off the fuel row now. Sweet. So, we'll just make our measurements. Cut. Have to remove this to make sure we have a good measurement here. And we're basically set. I have this catch can loose so I could adjust it to where I need it. I already have the bottom line secured. It is coming along. Sweet, and there she is, all set up. It looks fantastic. Wow, it really complements everything now. I love it. This thing is turning into a freaking beast. Sweet. And that should be all. That is how we installed the level 7 catch can with the quick vent. I love it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.